you mentioned turn your weaknesses into strengths. Please give us some examples. So whatever your fear is in life, you've got to run to your fear and turn whatever you think is your weakness into a strength by conditioning yourself to enjoy that weakness or that fear. It sounds out there, but it works. So it's kind of like the Rodin sculpture, I think, therefore I am. You got to change your perception. So for me, for example, it was public speaking. I was terrified of doing public speaking for decades because I was insecure and I gave a damn what other people think of me. I did. I cared. Like I would chase different careers just because I thought it would give me more social acceptance, etc. And I was never happy when I switched careers, from working at Goldman to the hedge fund sector to the venture capital sector to consulting to starting many companies. And then eventually I just said, I don't care what anybody thinks of me. I'm just going to teach. And for the first couple of years of teaching online, people would call me from the hedge fund industry and venture capital, and they would say, do you want to come back? Are you done with this teaching thing? And I was like, no way, I'm just getting started, dude. And so if people think you're crazy doing what you're doing, good, because that means there's not much competition. But once you get a little bit of success, they'll call you a crazy genius. And then once you get a lot of success, they'll call you a genius. People still think I'm crazy for doing what I'm doing. Okay, I'll never get to the genius stage. But you just got to say, I don't give a damn what other people think. I'm just going to do what I want to do. So public speaking, I was terrified of. And so what I did was I thought to myself, how do I conquer my fear of public speaking while helping people at the same time? Think about the most scariest place on the planet to do public speaking. In jail. I went to jail to work on helping other people that are unfairly imprisoned, especially those kids that have deadbeat fathers. I had the wonderful luxury of having two incredible parents with me my whole life. I love them to death. But there's so many people who don't have a father. And so because of that, they committed a crime and they got caught. They probably did something I did many times, but didn't get caught. And so I went into the prison system in Redwood City. It's called McGuire Correctional Facility. And I started presenting. And it was terrifying, dude. It was scary. And so I put down the pamphlet and I was supposed to give a speech, and there's 30 inmates like this. And I thought, Chris, if you're ever going to conquer your damn fear, it's now. And so I said this, and I totally winged it. I said, do you believe in God? And, the inmates were like, yeah. And I said, does God believe in you? And they said, yeah. And then I said, well, if you don't believe in yourself, then you might have to question your faith. And the arms went like this, and they went to, And it was at that moment where I conquered my fear of public speaking and turned my biggest perceived weakness into my biggest humble strength. Now I love public speaking. I absolutely love it. But I had to run to my fear and look at fear in the face and conquer it. And now I love it. I love being challenged. I love being challenged. I love the feeling of being over my head. I love it. Because when you challenge yourself and you overcome a big fear and turn your weakness into a strength, then you feel unstoppable.